Hello, welcome everybody to this special seminar, the webinar. And today we're going to talk to Alfonso as well as Jorge about, especially from Alfonso, his experience as a PgMP and now PfMP, and how it is helping him as while we're going through this COVID situation. So my name is Dharam Singh, and I have been training PgMPs and PfMPs for many years now, more than 10 years. And last few years ago, I thought it's a good idea to share the knowledge via webinar and start inviting some of my students and as well as some of the expert in the industry. So today we have two experts. Both of them happen to have South American origin, and Alfonso is from Chile, and Jorge is originally Ecuadorian but living in US. So we are still waiting for Alfonso to join. He is joining. He is online, but he's starting to share his webcam. So hopefully within a few minutes he will be able to show his face as well. Alfonso, you there? Are you there?
12. No, Dharam.
All right.
Can you hear me, Dharam?
I can hear you, and we are online. We already on. We already started. So Alfonso, keep trying to join via camera, but in the meantime, we'll kick off our session. And as I mentioned, we have two specialists or experts coming from industry with a lot of industry experience. And I will like to hear their voice as well as their opinion or discussion about some of the questions we have, and these are relevant to the current environment. And I think we all have to appreciate the tough time we are going through. So this is something really nobody can guess this kind of situation, and we are passing through this difficult situation. So we know the impact of COVID-19, and it is impacting the people's life, people's nearby, near and dear, especially whoever go through the sickness and hospital round to, and other thing, lockdown situation and the loss of jobs. Many things are happening. The companies are shutting down, and the airline industry impacted, the entertainment industry impacted, restaurants, hotels, almost everybody, other than few, the Amazon and few other, whoever has the online services, they are thriving in this environment. So while, as you can see, many people are suffering, and you can see most of the people, but still some people are surviving, thriving. Why it is this? Whether it's pure luck or their strategic direction. So today's topic is around that. So how can we survive as the project manager, program manager, portfolio manager, not only survive but thrive in this environment? Okay. So as I mentioned, Jorge is he is coming from Nashville, and we start talking, I think 2 years ago. He actually invited me to one of the webinar from PMI Nashville when I was in Sydney. So that's where we got started, and I didn't realize that we're going to have him as my guest when he invited me his guest.
We never know, Dharam. Yes, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely. So I like to listen from you, and as well as Alfonso. Alfonso is from Chile, and he is coming with a lot of experience. And I will ask both of you to provide small introduction about yourself. Let's start with Jorge.
Absolutely, Dharam. Good afternoon, good night for a few of us. As Dharam mentioned, we have known each other for a couple of years. I've been learning from him, an expert with more than 20 years of teaching PgMP and PfMP. And we've been working with PMI for about 4. So my experience per se started when I was young. I was managing different projects with my father in construction. Then at some point I discovered, you know what, it's not just construction, it's business, what I want to do. And then at some point, you know what, as a family, we migrated and adapted. That's one of the things that I will harp on while we are on this conversation. That is one of the things that has taken me in leaps of progress. So from that, I would like to say hi to everyone in Latin America. Hola amigos, gracias por unirse. Siempre ha sido un gran gusto conversar con ustedes, todos de PMI Latinoamérica. Y pues quienes no, aquí está su servidor. So just welcoming them. And oh, I also would like to mention a couple things. This webinar is mainly going to be in English, right? But if you have any questions, of course, please go ahead and share it in the comments. Si tienen alguna pregunta, aunque el webinar va a ser más que nada en inglés, perdón, me pueden hacer preguntas en español y Alfonso también nos puede ayudar. So with much, no more to say, thanks, Dharam. Let's go ahead.
No worries. Welcome again. Yes, as Jorge mentioned that yes, this webinar we start thinking that we're going to have a dedicated webinar for Latin America speaking Spanish. You know what? This is my conspiracy theory. You know, okay, why only Spanish when we have people from around the world? So that's where decided to stay in English. But people who cannot understand English, I am hoping everybody can understand English. If you cannot understand English and you want to talk to me or Jorge or Alfonso, anything about we're going to talk today, or anything about on the PgMP or PfMP or any other certificate, please feel free to reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to help you out.
Absolutely. And you're going to get to practice your Spanish pretty soon in the next event, Dharam.
Yeah, I'm actually working on it.
There you go.
Muchas gracias.
There you go. No accent. Very good. Very good.
All right, Alfonso, are you there? I know we can't see you, but
I'm here. I can't connect my camera. I'm so sorry about that. But I will stay here with you for talking with the guys and answer the question and everything. Okay.
So if you don't mind, can you introduce yourself?
Okay. I'm Alfonso Kaiser. I'm Naval Engineer. I'm so sorry. I'm Alfonso Kaiser, Naval Engineer. I have an MBA from Catholic University of Chile. I'm PgMP. I'm PMP and Risk Management Program also. I'm certified of ISO 21500. 21500, sorry, of projects, of course. I participate 26 years at the Chilean Navy, and I lead some very important programs for my Navy of submarine program modernization. Also, I work for the Nokia Corporation installing on deployment of 4G network in Chile, Argentina, and Colombia. I work all my life in programs, and now I'm working for the big university here, and also I teach in some classes in several universities in Chile.
Yeah. Once again, welcome, Alfonso. Thanks for the introduction. And Alfonso happened to be one of the 3 Chilean PgMPs. So Chile has only 3 PgMPs, and he is working. He already attended my PfMP boot camp, so he's working towards PfMP. Hopefully, he will be the first PfMP in coming days, and you know, even better, he will be the first person to have PgMP and PfMP from Chile. So
yes,
can't wait to celebrate. Alfonso, you have to be fast because we have a number of people on the in call today. They may beat you, so just stay. Get your application done and get started with your preparation.
Got to stay ahead. Got to stay ahead, my friend.
Yes. Anyway, it's not about the competition. It's about passing the knowledge, making sure everybody is aware what is applicable, what they are eligible for, and how they can get their certification and it is purely because a lot of myths around the certificates and misconceptions. People think it's really hard. It's harder than many of the exams, that's for sure. But if you are in the right company, right people, this exam can be very easy. So just to share some news, yesterday, two people from my student group, they passed PgMP, one from San Francisco and the other person from Delhi. And last week,
Congratulations.
yeah, and last week we had a lady from New York. She passed the PgMP exam. So while COVID is, it's impacting, because of lockdown, many people cannot go and do the exam, or this exam is still not online. But people are finding somewhere here and there to do the exam. So as we speak, I'm expecting tomorrow one more PgMP, then next 3 days I am expecting four more PgMPs. So a lot of PgMPs are coming, and PfMPs are also coming, and I know many people on the call, they wanted to do these certificates. So we will talk more about PgMP PfMP, but let's get in touch or start asking questions around we have some questions actually. I have questions for Alfonso and Jorge, and please feel free to express your views, and we need to be short and concise, but at the same time you don't stop yourself by share as much as you want, by the way. So as the topic is talking about the COVID, how the COVID is impacting, how can you be more ready, how to prepare to the situation when COVID is done, or we are in COVID, or less in COVID, the post-COVID-19 project management or program management, portfolio management challenges. Jorge, like to take this question?
Would you like? Okay, yes, sorry. Didn't know if it was for me. Sure. Well, one of the things that I have learned in the past 3 months, I was one of the ones affected by COVID on the economic side. We had to cut budget, and yeah, I was part of the group that was laid off. So I had to come to the realization that what we apply in our projects for our clients, we should be applying it for ourselves. How competitive I am in the market. How differentiated am I in what ways? So I've been blessed with being totally fluent in English and Spanish. I was looking into how can I build my proficiency in project management in Spanish. And I remembered I have a lot of friends around Latin America, and I started talking to them. I started learning from them, getting stronger on the network. And then when I realized, hey, I'm only looking outward, right? And I'm applying for jobs here. So I started to connect the dots, right? There's gotta always be some opportunities here where everybody sees a challenge. That's another thing that motivates me. What's the real opportunity in this situation? So how I stayed ahead is reconnecting with you, for example, there, reconnecting with friends in Latin America, strengthening that network and realizing what I hear and I have more questions about, that's an opportunity for me. What's going on in the world? What's going on in the market? Being program management, being portfolio management, scale agile, all these interesting terms, but what do they mean? How can I grow? Answering those questions have been key and have actually, I've been blessed with finding a job. I got a call many days ago, and my now manager was very impressed of that approach of, okay, I've been shocked, I've been surprised, but there's always positives in all the risks, right? The unknowns. And so I let her know what I've learned. I let her know what I want to learn and the other initiatives, how I stay involved outside of work. And that's one of the things that has, taken me further and now being in a better situation, even though everything's going on.
Yeah, so that's very important to stay positive, as well as stay get connect back with your friends and colleagues and your managers, network with them, not just for the job, just say hello, like to know, get connected with them. You never know where that relationship can take you back. So yeah, there are a lot of challenges, and congratulations, Jorge, for your job. So we start talking about a few opportunities, then you land up in this job. I think this is a great role for you, and really happy for you.
Appreciate it.
Now, while yeah, you were laid off because of the COVID, but also as well you find a very good role in a multinational company. So well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you also, thanks for your guidance, by the way, how to see things in a bigger picture, right? Sometimes we hear 20,000 feet view is not so good. Well, depends if you're managing a program or a portfolio, but we can get in details later on that.
Yeah. All right, Alfonso, you have some views around this topic, please. Alfonso, can you hear me? You're probably in mute. You're on mute. Hello? Are you there? Okay, I think he has some problems going on. Anyway, no problem. So yeah, as the topic itself saying how we can stay relevant even in this market, and whatever project management program and challenges we are going to face, we need to be more upfront. We need to be more vigilant for any potential risk which may be happening because you're solving some problem which is caused by the COVID. Think about situation when many organizations they didn't have any remote working capabilities. Many organizations, yes, if you talk about IT, yes, IT industry was quite, they had a remote working capability. But think about many companies, they never did a remote working, and suddenly because of COVID, unprepared, and you have to have everybody working from home. So, and that is bringing more challenges to the IT department, to the network department for the capability and their net bandwidth capacity, and many things. So yeah, that while they're solving some problem, there's all new risks or niche issues are coming. So as a project manager, program manager, we need to be vigilant about new risk and issues, and making sure we are recording them and solving them by having right people working on that. All right. We have another question for you, and how to manage and lead teams in these testing times. So we have started talking about it. Let's see.
Sure. So there's a few things and a few ways that I could express how you can manage a team, but the first one is to really get to know what's important to them, right? When my little one is with me, it's really important to me to be able to have that flexibility of when do I schedule the meetings. So I have to accommodate different things. Moms, dads, we all have the same challenges when we have a little one. If he's less than 9 years, maybe they're not going to stay still. So how do you identify what your new clients, your team, right, your work family, but now your new clients, what do they really feel is most important? Having a new monitor, or maybe not new, but an extra monitor. That's a thing. For example, in my current with my current employer, that's one of the things that they faced, right? So they had to do an inventory of their current monitors, and then they had to prioritize who gets another one, and then make a plan, right? Make a conscious plan on the new ones that they bought, when they can get them, and how to roll them out. So being flexible. So you have getting to know your team, getting to know what's the most important to them, identifying and feeling them as a client, right? So you can keep them happy, keep them productive, give them what they need, tools, right? And then another one, keep them involved, keep them through a Zoom call, a weekly call, but just make one promise, no work. The one that just make a challenge, right? The one that talks more about work more than 10 seconds has to, a challenge or something. Just make it fun. That way they get, involved and, hey, Dharam, how are you? Yes, hey, Alfonso, hey, how are you? No, you have to do something because you said the project, blah, blah, something, right? Those are different things in which you can keep them motivated and productive and everything.
Yeah, and especially in this situation, people are dealing with different type of problems. While they're working from home, as you mentioned, they may have little ones. They may have sick person in the house. So as a project manager, program manager, we need to be little more careful when we talk in this situation. Being empathic and that's why we call emotional intelligence in this time
Yes.
of, especially in this time, emotional intelligence is very, very important. We need to understand what other people are going through. We need to be we should be relating us with them, and say we provide them all kind of help as the managers, not just only talking about organization level. Maybe listen to them, talk to them, as Jorge mentioned, even simply talking to them, not just project or program level, just talk at the personal level. Just be careful with the privacy as well. Yeah. Alfonso, can you hear me? I think yeah, okay. All right, no worries, no worries. If you, yeah, Alfonso, looks like, can you speak up? Hello. So this is one of the challenge when you're working from home, the bandwidth or connectivity. So while I think he is in Chile and one
There
of
he
the
is.
remote area.
Ahí
Alfonso, can
estás.
you hear me?
¿Nos escuchas?
Yeah, I can hear you, really.
All right, so let's get to the next question to you. How to consistently deliver value and guarantee growth to your organization?
Okay, there are many things about that. The first thing is about the
Yeah, he's having challenges.
Okay, the strategy is the main thing here. You have to deal with that and still always in focus what's your organization needs and what is the purpose of your organization. And by yourself, it's very interesting how to join this idea about the strategy of your company and yourself, and how to grow together to put in place your abilities to make consistently deliver more value, not only to your company, maybe your community, and maybe yourself. For me, this is very important. And in my life, the things to do so is to prepare to the challenge. Okay, in this case, for the audience, it's prepare yourself for be a better project manager, program manager, or another specialty of the project management. Yes. For me, this is very important, and still on focus about what the people, the organization, the community need for you, need from you.
Okay. And Jorge, your views?
Absolutely. As Alfonso mentioned, we gotta keep, no matter where we are, identify, feeling involved with what our vision is. Right. One thing that I love about Amazon. By the way, can I name big companies and brands and stuff? I can do that.
Yeah, definitely go for it.
No, I'm kidding.
We're gonna have to charge. One of the things that I like I like about Amazon is how different teams, don't matter where they are, they're always aligned with customer centricity and how they are startups, right? Now, that being said, they are everywhere in the world. So if you think about COVID and the new normal and everything, that's being normal for many teams before. Even if they were at home or they were overnight, they were past midnight, or they were early in the morning in the office. So when you think of it, just look at it. How would I have stayed ahead one way or another? How would I have stayed involved? And how this certification, PMP or PgMP and everything, how I can learn from that guide, and how can I bring it back and, as Alfonso mentions, build value continually, right? Try to feel like it's normal and it's always been normal for others, and I can grow with this situation, not really a challenge, and move forward.
Yeah, perfect. I just like to advise the audience that you have option to write your questions. So on the notepad, so you can please keep writing your questions. So whenever we get time, or we will answer your questions. Okay.
Would
So
you like me to say
yeah,
that in Spanish, Darren?
yeah, please go ahead. Spanish. I'm learning.
Ok, lo que comenta Dharam es que para todos aquellos que quieran hacer sus preguntas, tienen la habilidad de ponerlo en el chat. Estamos Alfonso y yo para contestar las que podamos. Igual las vamos a traducir al inglés, se las comentamos a Dharam y pues, momento. Go ahead, Dharam.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So just continuing the topic, we need to the delivery and while we are going through this situation, and what the strategy was previously before COVID versus now. So many organizations have started changing their strategies, and it's very important to be agile in this environment. So see, what was working earlier is not going to work now. So what can we do to stay relevant in this market? And that is not only applicable to the big organization, but also applicable to us as an individual. What it was working previously, can it still work? May not. Maybe you need to see what are the things you can do to stay relevant or ahead of other people. Because when the time comes, let's say, the situation you have lost your job or likely to lose job, but you want to get back to the job very soon. And these certificates like PgMP, PfMP, or PfMP, while coming for PMI or any other certificate, see what certificate is relevant to that particular job or to that industry, and try to get that as soon as possible. There's no guarantee that this certificate will give you anything, but at least you are more prepared. You are ahead of other people. For example, if you're applying for a program manager role, and let's say there are 200 applications against that role, there are a lot of project manager, program manager applying for the role, and almost 75% people have PMP, and this role is program manager. Even though this role is not asking for PgMP and you have PgMP, you have better chance to get ahead or get an interview than rest of the other people, even though they have not asked for. But the recruitment manager or the hiring manager, when they see, yes, you have PMP, or you have more than that, and which is more relevant to your role, and that will give you a better chance to stay in the company as well as grow outside of the company as well. Okay. So next question is around that. Actually, what we're talking now, how to become a differentiator. Okay. In this, we're talking about this is a difficult situation. Not only COVID, even any time, we need to see how can we stay a differentiator or ahead of other people. And as you know, PMP is kind of a hygiene factor. You should have. If you don't have PMP, you have very difficult time to get into the jobs, because recruitment managers or agents or hiring managers, even though the role has nothing to do with PMP, but to minimize the number of applications, they use filter as PMP or ACP or RMP or whatever is relevant to that role. So that some of the certificate now, you say Agile, Scrum Master, these are again hygiene factor. So some companies you're working for, and they are working in the Agile, so you have to have some certificate related to Agile. But having PgMP or PfMP will keep you ahead of other people. Alfonso, your opinion around this, how to stay or how to become a differentiator?
Okay, be more prepared. This is the first one, and be prepared for the uncertainty. It's a clue. This is not only for COVID. COVID is uncertainty by himself, but the life have a degree of uncertainty that imposed to you to be prepared to the future. And the best way to do that is study and have more tools to deal with the uncertainty. And that way, in a PMI level, you have many things to deal with that with different certification than PMI of PMI, different than the PMP. PMP is a very significant step on your life and professional life, but for me, is a basic and the first one. You have to climb better in your career, climbing more steps and pushing your career with new certification as PgMP, or for me, my new challenge is PfMP. This is for me the correct way to deal with the uncertainties of the life and now of the COVID-19.
Yeah, and Alfonso, with you are a PgMP, so the latest job you have, do you think there is any influence or because of PgMP you got this job, or anything to do with this having certificate?
Oh, of course, I obtained my more recent job because I am PgMP. Because we are 3 here in Chile, only PgMP, and I make a difference with the people who hire me in that moment because I am PgMP and not only have the certification, I have the knowledge and the experience to deal to different challenge compared than other certification, other basic certification. And this is important thing because you can show the people who hire you are different and you are best. You have better credentials and you have more tools to deal with the challenge of uncertainties. Okay.
So, by the way, what's your current role? Would you like to tell everybody?
Yeah, I'm a PMO manager for the first or biggest university in Chile. They want to. They have 80,000 collaborators and more than 40,000 people studying there. And was the first university in Chile, was one of the first in Latin America, is one of the first ranked in Latin America, and they want to install or deploy SAP in all the university and have many different things, particularly because they are very there are strong independency between all of the different departments of the university. Okay, and they have a very good knowledge about the SAP, but they want someone to deal with the project management process or program management process in this chaotic organization. It's not really a chaotic, but for this kind of deployment, it's very complicated to deal with the alignment of all of the company organization, and this I try to do now. It's a $130 million project and 2 years of deployment.
Fantastic. So you end up having a very good role, I know. So great. Thanks for sharing your experience. Jorge, you want to talk about being differentiator? I know you're working toward PgMP. You are going to get into a PfMP. So do you see any value having this certificate in your current role or maybe future role?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Within the conversation, you know, like they putting the ribbon on a gift or the cherry on the cake. When I was having the conversation with my now manager and boss, I
Mm.
let her know that I'm working towards the PgMP. I'm working with a couple of friends and bringing this certification. They're my new mentors. And she was like, okay, so can you start like this or next Monday? Literally.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a knee-jerk reaction. She was like, oh, so you haven't learned enough and you feel that the PMP is what? I'm like, well, the PMP, it's a great standard, but I want to be above standard. So I'm looking, you know, to learn. And I have a sense that you also would like someone that thinks like that, works like that. And yeah, I am sure that that's a huge plus to everyone and anyone that wants to be part of the PGMP group.
Mm. Yeah. So just to share my own experience, it was in Sydney when I was in Australia. By the way, I lived in Australia for 21 years and moved last year only. It's more than 1 year now here. So when I was in Australia, I was going through a role that was for in Telstra. You know, it's a telecom company, very big company, and so I got the role, and my agent, he said, "This is my first role in this company." Although he was very good already. I have interaction with him with previous roles. So I have this role for first time. And would you like to have a coffee with me? And we have a coffee, having coffee in the cafeteria downstairs. So I asked him, "What was your reason to pick me?" I was getting curious because there must be more application. What was your process to select my application? And that is very, very useful to many people listening here. Say, okay, Dharam, for this role, there were 115 applications. Okay, so what did you, to come to last three, because we can represent only top three people. So we need to go through some process. So first thing first, we use the filter, happen to be PMP or some other certificate, or that has eliminated around 50 applications, because many people they have not even having PMP. Okay, what next? So then we start looking if these people who is there. Sometimes they do not like the interstate or other outside country. So we eliminated around 20-30 application like this, because the client has specific requirement on that. So we end up having around 15 application. Then we start looking your presence, social media presence, like LinkedIn, your Facebook, Google. So guys, very careful when you write something, especially when you're criticizing something or talking negative about some particular person or personality or organization. You never know who is watching that conversation, when he or she is watching. You may have forgotten about it, but it's available on the social media. 5 years time, somebody say, hang on, you talk about me like this. Wow, okay. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
So this guy said, we do go in, do the Google, search your name, and we realize that you are a trainer, mentor, guide, and you have been doing really good jobs in PgMP portfolio management. So we realize that you are one of the top candidate. So they do look into your LinkedIn profile and the Facebook and many other social media as well. So what they wanted to, so they get paid only when they present as the best candidate and you get the job. When you get the job, they get paid. If you're not getting job, it's not only you losing, they're also losing. So you need to make sure that you are the best candidate they are going to present in front of their hiring manager, and you're going to get the job. So having, at the time, I had PgMP. I didn't do PfMP by the time, but my PgMP helped me. And this job was not asking for PgMP, by the way. The job was not asking for PgMP. Australia at the time, there was only, I think, less than 50 PgMPs. And job advertisement, probably 1 or 2 jobs are coming at the time as PgMP. So no one was asking for PgMP, but still we end up, even in interview, the 2 people are interviewing me, and one person actually was preparing for PgMP. There you go. He was preparing for PgMP, my manager, and he saw that PgMP on my resume. He started asking question around that. and he because he know a little bit more about the process, and he was getting more and more free information, by the way. So
So you
I
were
did
able to
got this.
connect with him.
Yeah, we were able to connect with them, and it's not about the certificate, it's about the learning you would get from these certificates. That is more important. So guys, don't just go for a certificate or piece of paper. Look good on your CV or maybe on the LinkedIn profile, but you need to see, when I'm doing this certificate, what value I'm adding to myself, to my company, because they're going to hire you for a reason, because you know certain things. You're going to keep their faith very high in you. So even if we have situation like this, they will think a few times before they let go, while they have to let go thousands of people. But hang on, I think this is the gem. We don't want to lose him or her. Yeah. Okay, I think we have a question here. Let me read. It's very small for me here. So do you consider that in the face of this crisis, companies in Latin America will value and pay certified people in an environment of unemployment and high competition for vacancies? Do you think it will be a real differentiator? You got the question?
So, yeah, I got it.
Jorge, you want
You
to
want me
take
to take
this?
it?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
After I will.
Yeah, please. Jorge?
Yeah, sure. So they totally will. Why will they? Why will they look for paying for the cert? Why? If they are already considering paying that certification for you, this is because they know that you can take the company further. You can strengthen the company in the value delivery, right? That is something that I have learned since I was little. Everybody likes value, and if you are going to bring more value to the organization just by a minimal financing what you are going to learn, they're going to make sure that you bring it back to the company, right? And they're really just going to pay it if they know that you're going to be able to deliver that. So the other thing I wanted to mention about that is they're not only gonna pay for it, they're gonna want you to share the knowledge with the rest, right? So you can be a point of knowledge.
Yeah, SME.
Exactly. You are
Yeah.
the expert on it. Do you want me to answer a little bit of that in Spanish? Because I think the question was in Latin America.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just respondiendo rápidamente, miren, yo se los aseguro, va a ser algo que si la compañía está dispuesta a pagarlo, ellos van a decir, sabes que yo sé que tú lo puedes traer. 10, 1000, lo que sea, $1000, lo que cueste el curso, ellos van a ver mucho más que regresa hacia la compañía, porque si ellos confían en ti, como la Project Program Manager, Portfolio Manager, y tú puedes traer ese conocimiento de vuelta a la empresa en práctica, ellos saben que vas a hacer mucho más fuerte al equipo, el equipo a la organización, y la organización no solo va a sobrevivir, sino que va a ser diferenciada dentro de todos los mercados. Entonces, definitivamente hay varias empresas que están buscando a personas como tú que estás interesado en obtener esta certificación y fortalecer a la organización. So, just basically answering the same.
Yeah, that's my opportunity to learn Spanish. I can pick few words now.
Here and there. We'll do some practicing.
Yes. Alfonso, you want to take while you are in Chile and you are you recently got a job. So would you like to say a few words around this question?
Yeah, the problem normally it's the two things. If you go to a company that want to pay less money, maybe it's not your right company. This you have to think. Your right company is a company who believe in add value, who believe in a guy with a better tools, with better knowledge, with better jobs. Okay. Someone told me one time that you have to think what is your company, and if you deal with money or less money or better jobs, choose for better jobs. Normally, when the countries are in big economical problems, the jobs drop and the value for this job drops. But there are always some companies who believe in the people and who believe the people better prepare to the challenge. Okay, try to choose this kind of companies, and this kind of company normally have a special position for the people who want to be more prepared in their professional life. These are only my clue.
Yeah, interesting.
And my advice of this kind of people. Okay.
And if I can add a couple of things to that, I really like how you, Alfonso, place the company picture, right? It's gotta be the right company. And that just reminded me of something I just listened a couple of days ago. The right company always know where to put their money.
Yeah.
So if they are willing to do it, it's because they know that they can get ahead because of you. And part of the same interview said, rich people get richer even in the worst economies, and they get more jobs. They go, so it's because they know where to put the money. So when you come with the idea of that extra value, that extra knowledge, that extra process, that's the right place for you.
Yeah. Perfect. Good. I think we have a couple more questions, but they are more or less we have been talking about in those lines. How to propel your career. Let's say take this one. If you want to add something more, how to put extra booster in your career.
Is that one for Alfonso?
Alfonso, yeah, you can take this one.
Oh, sorry, can you repeat your question?
How can you boost your career? Or,
oh, simply be more prepared. there are many ways. First of all, I think is be a good human being. This is the first thing for boost everything in this earth. Second one, be prepared for the unexpected. And this is for you. You have to be prepared to unexpected, to change plans quickly and fast. Okay. And for that, you have to have more tools, better tools, and be more prepared in terms of your certification. In this case, particularly, we talk about program management. Had more tools in our world is have more certification, have more education, and have more skills to deal with the uncertainty. For me, this is the way to boost your career, and this is a good thing to differentiate to the other people. I don't know, but if you see a couple of red apples in a magazine, but if you put one green apple in turn of all of the red apple, it doesn't important how beautiful can look the red apples. Everybody see the green one because it's different.
Yes.
This is the way to differentiate yourself in a good way from the rest of the people. Okay.
That's it. That's good.
We can write an article there. Just be the green apple.
Yeah,
like
that's
it.
a good topic.
Nice analogy.
Okay. Do you want to say something, Jorge? By the way, there's a question in Spanish. There's a question in Spanish. I don't know if you have access to the questions. Can you see that?
I should. I thought I would. I cannot see it. But let's do this. Will I start answering and adding? Can you copy and paste it on WhatsApp and I'll read it?
In the message.
Yeah. Or send it to the panelists, or
Let me try while you're speaking.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted to add a couple things to that. Use LinkedIn, guys. usen LinkedIn. And how does PgMP and PfMP tie to all this? Simple. When you browse for someone, and recently I've been connecting to a lot of new friends. I call everybody friends. Good morning, friends. I send a message in LinkedIn in the morning when I can, right? Good night, friends. Blessed night, friends. Everybody there, when they spend time, is to connect or learn or see what's going on. So stay active, right? And how do you differentiate yourself? I have connected to PMO and then people and then country. Why? Because I want to connect with more experts in, and why do I say it that way? Because it's like in data analytics, you have to choose where and how tailored you want to be, right? It's the same. You can put the certification, you can put what country, you can put a name, you even can put, Jorge. It's going to be a bunch of us, but not many Jorges have a PMP, and not many Jorges have a PMP, and they work in Ecuador, for example. So use those tools that everybody has to your advantage. See what people that are doing what you would like to do, what their career path was, what certificates they have, why a PMO director is a PMO director, what that career path was, if that's what you want to do. Whatever you want to do, just connect to them, like their messages, reply to them, those sort of things. So I'm a big LinkedIn fan, guys. So should I answer that in Spanish a little?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'll make it quick. I just get happy and excited when I talk about tools and electronics. Entonces, lo que yo quería comentarles es cómo puedes en verdad diferenciarte, cómo puedes utilizar las herramientas que todos tenemos para tu propósito, para tu ventaja. Conéctate con las personas que ya están haciendo lo que tú deseas hacer, las personas que saben lo que tú quieres aprender. Todas esas personas quizás no son mentores de alguien más, pero de 10 personas te conectas con uno o dos. Y ellos dicen, hey, sí, te puedo ayudar, te quiero ayudar. Es como la regla de Pareto, el 80-20. Dos personas de las 10, esas personas pueden ser la diferenciación y pueden hacer tus mentores, tus profesores. Entonces tú ves la carrera que ellos han tenido, qué certificados tienen, certificaciones tienen, perdón, qué certificaciones, si tienen PgMP y todo. Y además sácale el jugo, sácale todo el provecho a las herramientas que tiene LinkedIn. A mí me encanta LinkedIn. Entonces, si puedes poner PgMP, PfMP o PMO y después pones personas, pones narrow down, pones lo que tú quieres en esos datos, te conectas con ellos y empiezas. Y ahí sigues adelante. So, I think I said the same.
Yeah, you said the same.
Very close, very close. Yeah, I think you heard me. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. So now you mentioned one other thing, and definitely a big booster, especially the LinkedIn is a very powerful tool in current situation. Almost every recruiter, every hiring manager is on LinkedIn. So even before they ask you, look for, they advertise, they do their own search. They probably find you. If you have a good profile, you can come up with their search, top of their search. And how to be in the top of the search, you need to see a few things. How you should have good profile picture, and you should have a good tagline which attract people, and have a good poster. The way you have a blank. Some people have blank, or some people have some exciting picture. So all these small things can make big difference. And also the way you write your experience. By the way, your LinkedIn should not be different than what you write in your job profile, or your resume, because at the end of the day, when the same person going to see you as on the LinkedIn, and here you're saying you are a program director, or here you are saying you are a business analyst, it's not matching. So that disconnect people immediately. When they will not tell you why they've rejected your application. That can be one of the reasons they reject, because they see some inauthenticity, something is not aligned. So be true to yourself. Be whatever is correct about you should be presented on the LinkedIn or any social media wherever you are present. It should be relevant. It should have lots of good references, testimonials, and many things. And by the way, if you are connected with my LinkedIn, please feel free to browse my LinkedIn profile. You might learn something new from that. The way I have presented my my experience and other things, you may learn something from that. And if you have a question around LinkedIn, I will be more than happy to help you with that as well. All right, so we have a question now. I think he has converted this into the English as well. That's fantastic. And okay, so he's saying, hello, I worked in oil industry and I'm petroleum engineer since 1995, specializing in project management 2009. I hope to become PMP this year. The last 7 years, I have worked in planning, integration of the major projects. How likely is it possible to change industry? What could you recommend? What would you recommend? So I think now it's English, so I can take this question. Why not? And
Sure.
you can
what you say in Spanish later.
Yeah. Or maybe I can try my Spanish. Everybody will run away.
Go for it. This is not being recorded.
Yeah. So now I'm speaking Spanish, and I don't know why you're listening in English. So. So it's a really good question, and many people do find themselves in this situation. They are working in particular industry, they want to change themselves by having certificate. So having domain knowledge always help. Whenever you're going for a job, people like to see what domain knowledge you're coming from. Especially when you are in the same background and you have done something similar in the past, it is much easier for you to see the risk issues more clearly. So that's where it is advantageous to stay in your domain, but that doesn't mean you cannot change yourself. Think about as a project manager or a program manager, irrelevant of what you're running, you're making a new product to service. We need to know the features, or the characteristic of that product to service. But the main thing is, how can I organize my resources? How can I manage my risk issues and managing a scope so that I can deliver the work? So slight change in the industry is possible, but if you think that I'm in industry, oil industry, I'm the guy who's taking the pumping the oil from the ground, suddenly say I want to become a software engineer, software project manager. It is possible. But you have to do a lot of unlearning, then learning. So I don't know if I have answered your question. So do you want to put in Spanish as well?
Yeah, Alfonso, would you like to take that one and go for it?
Yeah, in English first, and then I will try in Spanish.
Yeah, try.
You have to drive your own career in your hands. You are the responsibility for your own career. You can change every time to every industry, to any country you want, but it's your decision. It's your decision. Nobody else can influence you to do so. Okay, you are the all conductor of your own professional life. This is very, very important, and this is a way to live your life. Don't expect others do this thing for you. Okay.
Yeah.
And for me, is you have 100% of possibility. All depends on you. Maybe will be hard or not, but depends on you. Okay.
Yeah.
In Spanish now, tú tienes que conducir tu propia carrera profesional. Es tu decisión y tiene que ser tu filosofía de vida. Nadie más puede decidir por ti. Y es muy importante que tú lo hagas en conciencia. Puede ser fácil, puede ser difícil, pero sigue siendo tu decisión. No permita que nadie tome esa decisión por ti. Thanks.
So you can see that I was actually lip speaking. Anyway, so just more on this. I know I should have told more about this, because if you look at my profile, I have changed roles many times, and I moved from application to totally infrastructure. Infrastructure means data center, setting up data center. The next time I moved to move the towers, network towers. Then after that, I'm doing some web-based project management, program management. So it is possible to move around, and of course you need to see who is willing to give that opportunity as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jorge, just take a couple of minutes and put your thoughts, or you want to translate whatever I said in maybe in Spanish. That maybe.
I would have loved to pay attention fully. I was thinking about what I would say. So
Yeah, that's okay.
Sorry, but
No
I think
worries.
it goes along with what you said. If you look at my profile as well, I've done construction for years in Ecuador, and then I came to a new culture, a new English. I was saying this in another group with Toastmasters on Saturday. And you think you know a lot of English, a lot of culture, a lot of stuff that you learn for like 12, 16 years of your life, and you come to Nashville and 60% is different, totally different, right? So you got to be flexible. You just got to be, and it connects to the previous question. I'll try to connect it to the question in Spanish before. It's about what you see yourself as you see.
Hello.
Hello.
You
Can you hear
lost.
me?
Now we can hear
We
you.
lost.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can hear
Now.
you now.
sorry.
Now.
All right, sorry. So different industries. I lost train of thought there, but different industries is what you see yourself doing, what you see yourself growing into, right? And let me just read the question again. If you are good at project, program, portfolio management, you can be good at project, program, portfolio management in any industry. If you have strong bases and if you have strong emotional intelligence, you can learn quick, you can accept risks, you're going to be successful in whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
That's one of the things about, as I was saying, construction, sales, what was the other one? Software, IT security, firewalls. I had now more than what good basics of understanding what a router was and how infrastructure worked. And then I had to learn steep curve, yes, but we delivered really hard programs that way. So,
Yeah.
you want me to sum it up in Spanish? You sum it up?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Es como dice Alfonso, es lo que tú decidas hacer. Es lo que tú sepas que tú puedes lograr. Sin importar el perfil que tú veas, el de Alfonso, el de Dharam, el mío, vas a ver que somos personas muy diferentes. Todos hemos ido por diferentes caminos y ahora nos hemos encontrado, trabajamos en esto juntos porque tenemos algo en común. Entonces, cuando tú identifiques ese algo en común con las personas con las que vas a trabajar y sea fuerte manejando proyectos, programas, portafolios, esas habilidades las vas a poder transferir fácilmente. También está el hecho de qué tan rápido tú puedes aprender identificando qué es lo más importante que debas aprender en esa área. No, la diferenciación es también el valor que tú sabes traer en todos lados, más cómo te adaptas y aprendes rápido. So, there you go. Back to you, Dharam.
Thank you very much. So thank you all of you for participating in the discussion as well as the people audience. So I like to say that we are passing through tough time. If we can be more ready for the current situation or future situation, it will be better for you, for your family, or for your coming generations. So if you think that some certificate can help you with the PgMP or PfMP or PMP, or even a Scrum Master or other things, so go for it. See which certificate will be relevant to you and which can take you or keep you in the job and grow you in the next level. And we are working towards with Jorge and Alfonso. They are representing my company in South America or Latin America. So if you think you want to talk to somebody in Spanish, you are from Latin America, please reach out to both any of them. And by the way, they have a special discount code. Anybody, not it doesn't mean that you are coming Latin America or something. Anybody who wanted to join my program, this is the opportunity to save huge money. You reach out to them, you talk to them, they will give you a coupon code that will save you huge money. Okay, but yes, if you come to me, I might give you the same thing as well. But anyway, so I will prefer you go to them, talk to them, and come to me. And you have phone numbers. At least you can reach out. I think we all are on LinkedIn, and you all have seen the poster through the mail or maybe on LinkedIn. So yeah, so you please reach out to us, connect with us, and ask your questions. We are here to help you, and anything where we can contribute to you or make your life a little bit smoother or easier, please come to us, and we'll make sure you are in right directions. All right. So yeah, all thank yous coming from everywhere. So thank you everyone once again, and to my Spanish friends, muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. So I've learned this word, at least I can say it again. This is a very good word. And thank you, Alfonso and Jorge, for your time, and coming out and spending your time to contribute back to the community. This is really great. Thank you to be my guest here. And
absolutely, thank you for having us.
No worries. And thanks, guys. So, and you will get an email from us with the coupon, with the not coupon code, PDU code. So you will get the recording as well. So feel free to share with your friends, and come back to us. All right, guys. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Not 15 days away. Yeah. Thank you.
Gracias a todos.
Gracias a todos. I don't know what that means, but I'm saying is repeating that. Bye, guys.